Hello, everyone, and welcome to Those Working Fangirls, where we talk all things nerdy book, TV, movie, pop culture, and how they integrate into our adult lives. I'm Natasha.
And I'm Christine.
And I forgot the word fandom. Today, we're chatting the most iconic TV and movie, and maybe some book, breakups. Yes, that's right. Breakups of all time and how they shaped the way we think about relationships. What makes us think about it still?
Yeah, it's interesting because when we're younger, it's really hard to wrap our head around the idea of anything ever ending, and we never want to really believe that a breakup is a breakup. And so those ones that we see in those really prime years of our youth really dictate what a breakup looks like to us.
Oh, yeah.
And what makes people break up.
They're like, they're all consuming to people. Like, that's what we learned when we were young. It was just an all consuming.
And you think about them so much and you're like, why can't they just work it out? And then when you're older and you're in a relationship, sometimes things start to click and remind you of other things that you've seen on TV. And yeah, I think it's a really interesting subject to dig into. So we'll be rolling on into that in our main discussion. But first, as always, we have Snap Crackle Pop Culture News. And if you want to skip Snap Crackle Pop Culture News and what right now and just jump to the main discussion, there is a timestamp in the show notes. There always is. So if that's your jam, go for it. All right. So, Snap Crackle Pop Culture News. We have to start with today in Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Because as this is going live, it is Life of a Showgirl Day. We are recording on September 29th, so we don't have Life of a Showgirl yet. We don't have the movie yet.
We haven't heard it.
We haven't heard it. Next week will be our big Life of a Showgirl episode, so you can look forward to that. But today in Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez got married this past weekend.
Yay!
And Taylor Swift arrived at the wedding, like at the airport, behind the wall of umbrellas.
She did?
Yes. That was the report.
Anything, so I'm excited for you to tell me what happened.
I didn't see the wall of umbrellas. It was just reported by all like the websites that she arrived behind a wall of umbrellas. Okay. And it was reported that both she and Ed Sheeran, they were the two friends that were chosen to make speeches at the wedding. So Taylor Swift made a speech at Selena's wedding, which really just warms my heart. Mm-hmm. And a random note, Adele was also there. I saw one video where she was singing Pink Pony Club in a crowd of people dancing.
Oh, okay. I was like, she was singing Pink Pony Club.
Not like on stage. They had a band or something.
Oh, okay.
And also today, as we woke up, Taylor dropped a Target ad where she is, she's directing herself, and the version of herself she's yelling at, and she's like, "We want showgirl. You're giving no girl. What is going on with her posture? Can we just send her to a school real quick so she can learn how to be good?" And she's like, "That is not it." And I'm loving the vibe that we're getting. Like, this is our first little vibe of Life of a Showgirl nonsense, and I fucking love it.
Mm-hmm. Let me just tell you that my friends and I are, like, Christine was included in this, that we were all going to go, they're going to see.
Our friends.
Christine doesn't want to drive down here to do it. We are going to see the Taylor Swift movie thing. And then, you know how we all love to dress up? Well, everyone wants to dress up. And the things that I've seen that people are dressing up as, I'm like, well, fuck. Because I was just going to wear, like, a little orange, like, little outfit, but now I feel like I'm gonna have to come out like as a showgirl.
I mean, you don't have to do what you want.
Yeah, but I already have this idea in my head, and now I have this idea in my head, I have to accomplish it, or else I'm gonna be disappointed.
The thing is, you're gonna be sitting in a movie theater
for an hour and a half.
You have to remember that. Yeah.
Which
and
is
the
fine.
Outfits are like naked. So that's why I was just like, I would never want to wear that naked outfit on a seat in the movie theater.
But also, like, the naked outfit to walk from the parking garage to the theater is also...
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. But yeah, so I am going with Cynthia, and we have our big episode breakdown the next morning. So
Yeah.
I'm going to come back and like be with my notebook.
Okay, Allie Hazelwood has news.
Tell us.
So she has it's a new book.
It's an audio book, like exclusive for Spotify.
Yes, but
Called
it
Bound.
will be published it says, she said the audiobook won't be exclusive on Spotify. You'll be able to listen to it anywhere you get audiobooks, but it is for
Audio exclusive?
audio exclusive. It's called Bound, and it's coming out November 11th.
Yes.
And a reluctant con artist and a professor with too many secrets are bound together in Allie Hazelwood's intoxicating new dark academia romance, available only in audio. Veronica Mercer grew up with grifters for parents, and she knows her way around a con. When grad school bills pile up and her friends are in trouble, she turns her art history skills into forgery and side hustle.
Sounds fun.
Sounds fun. I'm excited.
As usual.
And
As usual, excited. This is her millionth project. Like, honestly, insane how much she's put. She's also put out a short story, I think, in an anthology with Christina Lauren and stuff recently.
Yeah, she has. That's that one's called Hot for Slayer.
Yes.
And that's available now. And then she had, I don't even know what this is. It's like Happily Ever After, like After the Romance, and it was like a huge Kickstarter that like got funded in like minutes.
Oh yeah, and they raised over $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but I saw the headline of it.
There's 8 original stories exploring love after the end of the world. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy, but I'm excited for new Allie Hazelwood stuff.
Always. It's a lot. All right. This was big news when I saw it. Aaron Sorkin is directing a sequel to The Social Network. If y'all aren't familiar with Aaron Sorkin, he is a fantastic writer. He's famous for shows like The West Wing and The Newsroom and Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. Yes, bitch.
Short-lived, but yes.
Yes. That was a great season. One season. The world wasn't ready for it back then. It was an HBO show. It should have been.
Yep.
Anyway, so he is directing the sequel, and I'm assuming he is writing it as well. And Jeremy Strong will be playing Mark Zuckerberg. And it's also going to star Mickey Madison, who just starred in that movie where she played a sex worker in New York City. What the fuck was that called?
Oh, starts with an A.
She won the Oscar. Starts with an A?
Nora.
Yes. She won the Oscar. She's going to be in The Social Network, The Social Reckoning. And Jeremy Allen White is going to be in it. None of our previous big names are reprising their roles.
Okay.
So Andrew Garfield is not reprising his role, and neither is the original guy who played Mark. What the fuck? Why can't I remember? Jesse Eisenberg. There we go. And so it's going to be a new cast, but I'm assuming it's going to be much later in time anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to be like older versions of everybody.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be interesting. David Fincher directed the first Social Network. But for some reason, I'm thinking, did Aaron Sorkin do the script for that one?
Possibly.
Yeah, it was Aaron Sorkin. Okay, good. And it was directed by David Fincher. But this one is directed by Aaron as well. All right. What else do you have?
HBO Max is releasing a 3-episode animated limited series of Charlotte's Web.
Okay. Are you
Yeah.
a big Charlotte's Web fan?
I mean, I don't, sure. I feel like the last one we got was like 2008, 9.
Really? Was that late? I feel like I watched something when I was like a youth.
There was a youth one. Like I feel like
a cartoon movie.
Yeah, and then we had the real live version, maybe with Julia Roberts. No, that sounds
Julia
wrong.
Louis-Dreyfus.
I don't know. But Amy Adams
What?
is going to be voicing Charlotte. Jean Smart from
Charlotte's
Hacks.
the spider, right?
Yes.
Or is that the pig?
Charlotte is a spider.
Okay, it's Charlotte's Web, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Jean Smart is the narrator.
Okay.
Cynthia Erivo is playing the goose.
Wait, there is a pig, right?
And there's a pig, which I don't know why.
I just have memories of a spider and a pig. I saw that movie. Pauline said Wilbur.
Special bond, ultimately Charlotte to save Wilbur. Yeah.
It is Wilbur. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
From
I didn't know
Slaughter.
if you guys were saying that
Jesus
Wilbur was
Christ.
a different movie or something. Wilbur is Charlotte Pig. Okay, everybody's agreeing. It's
Who the
Wilbur.
frick is playing Wilbur? They don't have a Wilbur yet.
Okay.
No. Wait, they do. Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood!
Yes.
What a great cast. Oh my God. All right, that's exciting. I just remember Charlotte's Web being sad, so I didn't like it at the end because we
It
don't
is
like
sad.
things as youths.
First
Doesn't
of all,
she eat her child or she
No,
has to
she
die when
dies.
she gives birth or something? Yeah.
yes, she makes her babies and then she dies.
Yeah,
And then
that's
Wilbur's
depressing.
like, what's going on? I don't understand.
Oh, it's so sad.
First exposure to trauma as children.
Literally. I mean, probably not. The first exposure was fucking Bambi. Fucking Bambi and the Fox and the Hound. I still will randomly just get sad about the Fox and the Hound.
You know what I get sad about?
That broke
is
my heart.
Old
What?
Yeller.
Oh, I hated that.
And
I already knew it was
rabies?
going to be sad. I'm like, I went in being like, why would we watch a movie where the dog dies?
Why do dogs have to die in movies? That's what
I don't
Why
know.
are we showing that to children?
I mean, I think we're easing them into the concept of death.
Oh.
But like it's so upsetting. Like the Fox and the Hound was genuinely like the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life on cartoon. Like they were best friends and he forced him to try to kill him. And
Oh, God. I don't think my
they
mother
can't
subjected
be
me to that.
friends anymore.
I
They were so cute together.
I had an ungodly fear of rabies back in the day
I'm
because
just crying about the Fox and the Hound.
oh no.
You hate that movie.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get like Old Yeller and Homeward Bound like mixed up, and then I'm like, wait, no.
Homeward Bound is fun.
It is fun,
That's where the dogs talk and they find their way home, and the kitty cat.
but it's
Sassy.
also a little bit traumatizing too.
that they're gone, but they come back.
It's like Home Alone, but for animals.
Except they're out. They're not at home. It's scarier.
Fucking traumatizing movie.
Oh my God. All right. Next thing we have here. Leonardo DiCaprio did his first podcast, which was New Heights.
That was his first one.
Yep, they're getting everybody. And the big news that came out of this that was really funny, I watched the whole podcast, or listened to it actually, was that when he was younger and he was just getting into acting, they were telling him his name was too ethnic, and they said, your new name is Lenny Williams.
That is such interesting new information that we have now
I
learned
know.
about Leo's life 30 plus years later.
I know. Lenny Williams is so not Leonardo DiCaprio. It's ridiculous. And he was like, I went home to my dad and he ripped up the paper that said Lenny Williams and said, over my dead body. Are you called Lenny Williams?
Your name? Too ethnic. Wow. What was
Jesus.
Benicio del Toro's? Was it Benny
It was
Del?
Benny Dell. Oh my God. So funny.
You know what? Also, there's rabies in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, yeah. You
And
know
they-
where also there's rabies?
Where?
The new Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and that scared the bejesus out of me.
There is?
Do you not remember that the kid gets bitten by like something and then gets rabies?
Oh, God, that's right.
It's horrifying. Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, next, what do you have next?
There was a new Wicked trailer that dropped and I didn't watch it.
Good.
I don't know. Listen, you guys, Why do people watch something that they know they're already going to see?
I don't know.
It started playing, like everyone's like, the Wicked trailer. I'm like, great, don't show me.
The only things I've done this for are things I have to cover on my channel. So, like, obviously I would watch every Twilight trailer. Obviously I would watch every, big book to movie release trailer. But now I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not watching it. Fuck that. I'm not spoiling myself.
Trinity's, she's like, sometimes I'm too excited to wait. I get it, because I did the same thing, like with Twilight. Like, I would watch every trailer, but we already read the book, right? Like, unless you have seen the show very recently, I don't want to see anything.
Yeah, I don't want to even see the visuals, because that's part of the joy of watching it for the first time. The visuals are so striking and beautiful and cool.
Mm-hmm. I already got spoiled. There was like a screenshot. Ariana's boyfriend shared a screenshot of what he looks like, and I'm like, no!
SpongeBob.
Yeah. Pauline said, the trailer def spoiled stuff. Why?
A trailer for Avatar Fire and Ash dropped. I didn't watch it.
Didn't watch that.
Yep. And Hacks season 5 is filming right now. So that's exciting. And
I thought they were done.
I mean, I just saw some snapshots from the set of them from season 5 that were on socials. So
no. I thought they were. You said it was the final season last season.
Oh, no. They wanted to do 5 seasons, they said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny is doing the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
This is official. I kept hearing that it was, I just need you all to know, because I kept hearing that it was going to be like Miley Cyrus, Lana Del Rey, even heard Adele once.
I kept seeing Lana Del Rey and Adele, and I was like, this doesn't feel real.
I'm like, that's not. So it's officially Bad Bunny. So
cool.
Yeah.
And okay, Erica's season finale of Blood of My Blood is this week. Yeah, I've been hearing really great things about Blood of My Blood. I have to watch it, but I'm just behind.
Yeah.
All right. And in other news, I have a book called 30, Flirty, and Forever Alone that is coming out January 1st. And it is my first adult book that's technically an adult book. Mm-hmm. My other books, like they're new adult crossover, but they're in the YA section because that section doesn't exist. This will be in the big girl section.
Yay.
And it comes out January 1st, and I will be doing events the week of January 6th. They're just getting everything. So we're getting everything solidified now, so I'll be announcing them soon. But we talked last week that there will be an event in New York City on the 6th. So if you're in the tri-state area, it's happening.
Yes, I'm coming out. I haven't been back to New York in a few years, so I'm excited. I'm excited to be back in your mom's house. It'll be like good old times.
It's been a long time. It'll be nostalgic. It's available for pre-order now. The link is in the show notes. It is a rom-com about a woman who has just turned 30. She's always been like so determined to find her person by 30. She goes really hard on the dating apps, finds no one to take as her plus one to these 2 weddings that she said she's going to bring a plus one to. So it's really embarrassing. That's how we start off. And she is a relationship columnist. And she is just like having a lot of trouble finding her own good relationship. But yeah.
So, I have moved my corset class again, but this is for a good reason. I am currently getting my number one corset pattern made into a digital pattern, and it's a long process, kind of. And I want to provide that for the corset class. So it will be given to you if you're taking the corset class in straight size and plus size. And it'll be available on my website as well. I'm really excited. It's I basically, like, how it works is I take my like physical pattern, I go to this place in downtown LA. They digitize it for me, and then I have to test it on my body, see if it works still, make any adjustments, send it in, They send it back to me, make any adjustments, or it'd be like, this is good to go. And then they have to grade it for like all the sizes. So like extra small through extra large, and then like 1X through 5X, stuff like that. So, and then it'll be available to digitally download and print. So I'm
Very
excited. But yes, the corset class is TBD at the moment until the corset is actually done, like the pattern is done. So you still have time to grab that corset class if you want to.
Practice your sewing skills so you're ready when the corset class comes.
Yeah, the basic sewing class is up there. I have class 102, which is TBD, but it'll probably be going up this month in October. So if you want to learn how to sew before 2026, hit up natashapolis.com.
Nice. All right. Is that all of our news? I think it might be. Let's move on into what right now? What are you reading this week?
Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori by
Should
Lori
tell our
Gilmore.
Pumpkin Spice Cafe story.
Yeah, we should tell her.
So Natasha was like, oh, I'm going to an author event tomorrow. And I was like, what author event? And she was like, Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And I was like, wait, are you going to a Pumpkin Spice Cafe? And I'm like, what is the book though that you're going for the author event? She was like, Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I was like, okay, I get it. You're going to get a pumpkin spice.
And I'm like, no, I am going to this author event. It's called Pumpkin Spice Cafe. That's what it's called.
That's not what the author event is called. That's the book. It was very confusing.
It just like it turned into this.
Who's on
Like,
first?
who's on first? Like sibling being like, what'd you say? Wait, say it again. And then the other person's like, and then I just kept saying it all week. And Christine's like, Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
I was at Barnes and Noble with Taylor, and I saw the book, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And Natasha was trying to tell me about this book, and I kept thinking she was going to a Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and like she let me go on for like 60 seconds. She's like, "I don't even really know what you're saying." Like, never mind.
Yes. Well, because here's the thing. I thought Christine had heard at least of this book.
Never heard of it.
It's TikTok famous.
I don't know TikTok famous books unless I know them.
Because it was on TikTok Shop, this book. Okay, let me just tell you the story. So Lori Gilmore, that's not her real name. I actually don't really know her real name. I forgot it. But her publisher was like, we have this cover, like literally presented the cover of Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is like iconic. It's so cute. And she's like, can you make a story about this? And she's like, yeah, like bet, let's do it. She's definitely not Gen Z. She's elder millennial. So she did not say bet, but she crafted this whole story around this place called Dream Harbor, and all these little shops in Dream Harbor have their own little romance stories, and they're all kind of connected. It's Pumpkin Spice Cafe is very Gilmore Girls because she owns the main character like owns the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. It was her aunt's and now it's hers, and she's running it. And this guy comes in and like delivers her like fresh vegetables and is like helping her. So it's like very Lorelai
Suki
and Luke. And Suki and what's his face?
Am I blanking on his name? I want to say Roger, but it's not Roger.
No.
The vegetable guy.
Anywho, it's super cute. Like, definitely, I read it because it's fall season, and she was coming to my my city to sign. So went and met her, and it was great. Highly recommend if you want a little aesthetic read.
Can I just say that I have been in a Gilmore Girls nosedive this past weekend and watched way too many episodes. And then we went to a Regretting You screening yesterday, and I'm there by myself early, and who walks in? Suki. She's like 4 feet away, and I'm like, oh my God, Suki.
Melissa McCarthy.
We did not speak, but she was right there.
I thought I would have been more starstruck.
I had a weird, like, I don't know what to do with this situation.
No, because I wasn't expecting it. It was Melissa McCarthy, Allison Janney, and Octavia Spencer. We're all just there.
Casually there.
Like, watch the movie with us. Like, Melissa was just
a little before brunch.
When we walked into the theater, it's like a small little theater. She's just standing there by like the little tables, and I was like, "Fuck, should I just go up there and like say hi?" I've been like, "I was just watching you on Gilmore Girls."
I was literally just talking to you on TV. Hi, my name's Christy.
I never know what to do in those situations. Like,
I don't either. I should have congratulated McKenna Grace, but I did not, alas. Sad times. I just like, you have this weird like wall that goes up like, oh, I don't want to bother them. I should act like they're normal people that I don't know.
Exactly.
But like, you're at an event to celebrate McKenna Grace's movie, so I think it's okay to talk to McKenna Grace.
Yeah.
All right. But
what
back
have you been
to
reading?
Books. Yes, I've been reading Dan Brown's new book, Secret of Secrets. Now, this is the thing. I haven't actually been able to read it with my eyes. I read the sample, and then I was at Barnes & Noble, and the book was $38. And I was like, this is stupid for me to buy this book. I should, like, see if the publisher will send it to me or something. Like, this is literally what I do, is promote books. Don't spend the money if you're trying to save money on a book that's really expensive. So I didn't buy it. And then I was, like, going to buy the digital copy, but the digital copy was, like, $20. Metal, this is the thing. The library takes forever. I have no patience for the library, and I don't want to touch library books, and I want to save the book. So, like, the library is a beautiful thing for most people, but for germaphobe people like me who collect books, it's just not the ideal. And for people who have to read them in a timely manner, or they will never read them at all. So anyway, I got it on Audible because I had an Audible credit, but also the digital copy was like $20. I was like, this is stupid. If I'm going to spend $20 on the digital copy, I might as well just buy the big copy. So anyway, I'm listening to the audiobook. I've never done a Dan Brown book on audiobook, but I'm really enjoying it. I miss Robert Langdon. I love his adventures. I am learning a lot of shit about the consciousness, but also, okay, so the premise of this one, we're in Prague, and Robert Langdon is like the quote ultimate bachelor, like forever bachelor, you know, like in every book he kind of has a love interest, but then like by the next book he's not with them anymore, and it's very annoying because I want him to be in love. And this book he's like wants to settle down with the lady that we open with, and her name's Catherine Solomon, and I know I've seen her before in one of the other books. I think maybe it was the one that takes place in Washington DC, because they're also exploring human consciousness in that one. So it makes sense that that would have her in it. But I don't remember because it's been too long, and I'm afraid to Google because I don't want to be spoiled for Secret of Secrets. But anyway, we open up and they're like spending the weekend together because she had given this special talk about her new novel with all the scientific breakthroughs about human consciousness and that it's not located in the brain. And like everything, the really fascinating thing about all these books is that all of the research and scientific shit in all the books is real research. And all of like the groups, like these like secret groups that you read about are real groups. Like all of the base information is real, and he's tying it into this story. So it's fascinating to read all of it. And anyway, so this is how it opens. They're in Prague. Last night she gave her talk, and they're like in bed together, and he's like thinking about how maybe he's like gonna settle down with her. I think like he thinks that she's her future, and he's excited, and I love that. And he goes for he's iconic, like he's a swimmer. He swims every morning, so he leaves the Four Seasons hotel because they're in the fanciest penthouse suite of the Four Seasons in Prague, and he goes out for a swim. And the night before, she had this nightmare that this creepy lady with a spear and one of those like big halo things, those like black that, you know, those gold halos that a lot of people wear in cosplay. She was wearing like a black version of that, and she smelled like death. She had this vision, this dream that she was like hovering over their bed to like kill her, and then the hotel exploded and she died. And then he is coming back from his swim at like 6:50 a.m. and he's crossing a bridge, the Charles Bridge, to the hotel, and this woman that looks exactly like who she described in her nightmare is walking by, and she smells like death, and she has like the silver spear and the halo on. So like Robert freaks out. He's like, what the fuck? And he runs to the hotel, and he's like convinced that there's a bomb, because like this is exactly what she described in her dream. And he's convinced that like there's a bomb in the hotel. So he pulls the fire alarm at the hotel, runs upstairs to try to wake her up and get her out of there, but she's not there. And he's like, oh my God. He just has this like feeling that the bomb's gonna go off. So he doesn't, there's like a window and a balcony, and he jumps, it's winter. He jumps out the window into the river. Because he thinks the hotel's gonna explode. And it's very dramatic and crazy. And then he gets out of the water and the hotel hasn't exploded. And he's like all confused.
All that for nothing?
And I'm like, you literally gave yourself hypothermia, Robert. What the fuck's going on? And then we start to unpack all of what just happened. And the police are there, and it's wild. And we're looking for Catherine. We can't find her.
Okay, so she's missing.
All right. Sorry, that was a really long setup, but it's very exciting. Like all of these books his books have really short chapters too. You keep switching perspectives and like learning new shit from different point of views.
I love short chapters.
Yeah, I know, they're so fun. So it's a good audiobook.
Okay, TV show wise, I started the Great British Bake Off. This is I'm on.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, I love the Great British Bake Off. You know, last year I went through a whole.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Huge.
Bake Off era.
Yep. And it's back, and I'm watching it live, and it's great. Also, I just have to shout out Christine. She's been putting out her YouTube videos per week, and I watched your new one, your Day in a Life of a Romance Author, and I started in the shower because it was one of our nights we didn't have our long conversations, and I sat there and I was like getting ready. I was like, oh, this is so great. And I sat in my bed and I finished watching the whole last 20 minutes, and I was just captivated like for the whole time.
Thank you.
Vlog that you edited, and it was so good. It's so funny because it's like I know everything that Christine does in her day to day. Everything. But then I was like, wow, this is like a wholly different Christine. Because it was just like you know, without you telling me. It was just like your day and like your little stream of consciousness throughout the whole thing. And it was great. And I loved it. It's a great vlog.
Thank you.
Highly
That's
recommend.
really, really nice. Thank you. We're working really hard on it. Natasha also has a vlog showing this beautiful pumpkin dress that you can find on YouTube. We're both there now.
We are. I want to do a Q&A coming up too. So,
yeah.
But also we see you guys. You're not the ones that we're talking to when we say we have a podcast. You know, like come follow us. Like, thank you guys for like literally being here for 3 years. It's been
Yeah, I mean, thank you for going on this journey with us and being here. I do get like on YouTube, I will get questions like, where are you? Where have you been? And I'm like, guys, I'm here every second of my life.
We're online a lot more than we were
so
in the past.
Online. But I do understand that it's two different mediums, and it's two different like it's different facets of your personality that you see on every different social. So I get that. I just like when we're trying to do it all. And it's fucking hard.
Trying to do it all, then people are like, where have you been? We're like, we're here.
We're juggling many plates. But I am really enjoying doing the vlogs. But I think my next one will come out next week because this week's going to be a little crazy. And
this week is so crazy.
Yeah, and I'm just like gonna be okay with the fact that sometimes I'll be able to do week to week, and sometimes I'll have to do every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that'll be that.
I feel like I want to challenge myself to do Vlogmas this year. Not every day, but like something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean that's what like I'm trying to do this. What was it, like 90-day challenge, and that will take me through Christmas. But like that's the best time also to be posting videos. Just if you're posting videos and putting in all this work, you get the most back from it during the holidays because they have like the holiday ads pay more money, you know? And it's just like, so even if it's not doing as well as you thought, you're still getting something back from all the work that you put in.
Yep.
So that's nice to know. But we're trying really hard. And hopefully y'all are enjoying.
Okay, what have you been watching as far as movies?
Oh, I have things to talk about. Okay, so I watched the new Logan Lerman, and I don't know this woman's name that is in The Bear, who plays Carmi's girlfriend, but she is also in it. This is a very interesting film, and I would go into it not knowing anything. Like I did, because I told Katie about it. I talked to her last night and she was like, oh yeah, I saw Logan talking about blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why would he talk about that? That spoils the movie. Because that was like the biggest, like, oh, what's happening? You start this movie and this couple is going on this weekend together, this trip to High Falls and in New York. And you're just more and more unsure of like how well they know each other because they're asking questions like that you ask on like first dates and stuff, and like they're like, I'm trying to get to know you, and I'm like, what?
Oh, so they're kind of like we don't know what's really going on in the audience.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out exactly like where they are in their relationship for like the first act, and so that's a really interesting aspect of it. And I feel like watching any trailer will probably spoil where we're going. And I think it's really interesting to go in not knowing at all. And I think that's the point, like that the writer was trying to illustrate.
Interesting.
So I watched that. I enjoyed it. I'm like still thinking about it. It's one of those that I ended and I'm like, I was like, what is she trying to say exactly? And I was like, while I was watching, I was like, who wrote this? Like, what perspective are we seeing here? It was really interesting. And when you watch it, like, we could talk about it a little more.
Is it streaming?
Okay, I paid $5.99 for it. It was finally down from $20 to $5.99. And I was like, fine, I really want to see Logan Lerman. I love him. I miss him. Okay, I also watched, I don't know if you saw that there's this new romance called All of You from Brett Goldstein, who is on Ted Lasso, who plays Roy on Apple TV.
No.
So, yeah. So I believe he wrote it, but I didn't actually look it up. I just remember us talking about him writing some rom-coms.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so in this movie, All of You, it's kind of like a take on a When Harry Met Sally sort of situation. Like his best friend and him, they live like in this future where there's a soulmate test, so you can take it and like know who your soulmate is, and like just you get their name and then you can get to know them and be with them. But he's against the test. He wants to find love in real life. And the truth of the matter is he's in love with her. He's in love with his best friend from college. And she wants to take the test. So she takes the test and she ends up getting married to her soulmate. And it's told really in like these bursts where like they never say like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, but we just like will jump to the next significant moment in their relationship. And it's just, it is a depressing When Harry Met Sally. I was mad at the end because I feel like when people don't have a happy ending on their quote romance, they think that they're being highbrow and like avant-garde. And I'm like, really? You're just fucking depressing. This happens all the time in real life, motherfucker. I don't want to see that. And I was like, I watched 2 hours to watch you have an ambiguous "we're not together" ending.
Oh no.
And I just want to let everyone know that that's what they're doing, because I'm waiting there like, he can't do that, but is he going to? And then it just ends. I'm like, are you kidding?
So
What was the point of this? But I kept watching, even though I suspected he might be doing that because of the tone of the film. But like, this woman who is playing the love interest is so beautiful. She has like a perfect face. I could not stop staring at her. Like, I was just like, she's barely wearing any makeup and she just always looks beautiful. And it's just like, I am like, who is she?
I gotta look this up.
She has this like perfect nose that's like perfectly perfect, and she just always looks cute. The only thing about her that's like a little wonky is her teeth, but like, it just makes her more endearing because she's so beautiful.
This came out last year.
I don't know. I just started seeing commercials for it. I feel like it's pretty new. It's called All of You, and it's on Apple TV.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was shot beautifully. They had nice chemistry, but they didn't get together at the end. So what the fuck's the point?
No thanks.
But I will be looking up her name. See if she's done other things.
Her name is Imogen Poots.
Imogen Poots. Imogen, like I am?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she would be crying, and I'd just be like, why do you still look so beautiful and angelic? She'd be like so depressed and like have her like hair pulled back and like slouching, and like she still looks beautiful. Oh my God. But yeah, I was like, why have I never seen her before? Why isn't she a huge star? She was really good. They were both really good.
So would you say that it's worth it?
You know, it was worth it for me because I do like studying films for the sake of story and stuff. So I did find the script really interesting because it's told like it's not a rom-com really. Like he's funny in a very dry, British way, and they're really cute together, but it's not like a rom-com. And it was kind of, I thought it was going to be a rom-com because Brett really, he writes out things with like a lot of heart, and they usually have a happy ending. Like a lot of Shrinking, not a lot of, but like he's a producer on Shrinking, and he writes a lot of episodes of Shrinking. He's a producer on Ted Lasso now. He writes some episodes of Ted Lasso, I think. Like those are all really heartwarming, and like those would never give us a not happy ending. But it was a fascinating like script, the way that we would jump and the way that we would it was edited.
It's not for the romance girlies.
It's for the romance girlies that don't mind, tragic romance. And it's not nobody dies. It's just not like a happy ending.
Okay, so we both watched the same two last things. We watched The Unknown Number, The Catfish Texter on Netflix.
Documentary.
Very good. They tell you an hour in who it is, and then kind of afterwards you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
I already knew who it was going in. That's why I watched it. Yeah, so they talked about it on Armchair Expert, and I was like, I never watch documentaries. I'll just listen to them talk about it. Because they were like, go away. You should watch it. But I was like, I'm not going to watch it. And that's what made me want to watch it. Because I was like, are you fucking kidding? And watching it, knowing that was like infuriating to me. I mean, like it was so upsetting.
Yeah, I watched it without knowing, and I was like, holy fucking shit.
I imagine either way, you're like, because just seeing the text messages is horrible.
And for how long it went on. Like, went on for like 2 years.
Yeah, it's just horrifying.
And then we saw Regretting You.
Yes, we saw Colleen Hoover's book adaptation, Regretting You, and it was so good.
It was so good.
Okay, when I emailed asking if I'm allowed to like talk about it, they're like, yeah, there's no embargo. And I'm like, it literally said reviews are embargoed on the screen.
Yeah, it's confusing. It comes out
October 24th.
Oh, okay.
We still got like a little bit of time. So they were like, reactions are encouraged. Reviews are embargoed. That was what it said on the screen.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. Confusing. No, I was literally doing Taya's hair last night and she's like, wow, I just keep thinking about that movie. Like it was so good. Like it just felt like I was there. It was real. And honestly, like I think McKenna Grace too, like when they introduced it, they're like, it's so fun that we could just make a movie about like a romance and like a family.
Yeah.
And it was so captivating. It was, I mean, it's Colleen's story, so everything she does we think is captivating. And like Anna Todd is the producer on it. And she made the film happen. I was lucky enough to go to a test screening of it like 2 months ago. And I was also blown away. I was like, this is so good. I watched it before, like some of the special effects, like the de-aging was done. And got to see it again, and I was still just as captivated. And also, like, I didn't know it at the time when I first watched it, but McKenna Grace and the guy who's from
How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon, they're dating in real life. So, like, yeah, their chemistry is fucking off the charts. Like,
yeah,
so cute.
I really actually wish I didn't see any trailers. Because their, like, big romantic bits are all, like, in the trailers.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see any of those.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, like this would have been so cool to see for the first time in the movie.
Yeah.
But it was really cute.
He's really cute. Like,
yeah, so much cuter without the hair from How to Train Your Dragon. That haircut was so stupid.
I still haven't seen it. Taya was
oh
like,
my God.
She's like, it was so like weird knowing him as in How to Train Your Dragon.
A hiccup.
And then watching him in this like down to earth.
It was
film.
So much better watching him in this movie. Like, not that he was bad acting, but that stupid haircut was the absolute worst. And it was like I'm never distracted by haircuts. I hated his stupid skater. It was like when I was in like 14 that people had this stupid fucking haircut. And I'm like, he is in a Viking land. Why does he have 2004 skater hair?
I can't wait to watch this movie and tell you how much it irritates me.
Like, it honestly took me out of the movie because it did not look like he was a Viking.
Now
it
you know how I felt with Belly's Bob. Fixated on it the entire time.
I was just like, when he did the Bieber like little tweak of his head to get his hair out of his face, I was like, this is not hiccup.
Metal says this is why animated things need to stay animated. The hair physics aren't meant to translate to real life. Yep.
Oh my God. But he was great in this. They have great chemistry. I'm like, what counts as a review? What counts as a reaction? I'm just so confused.
Yeah, same. I don't know, but I mean, the cast was great. We enjoyed it so much. I shed little tears.
Dave and Allison, not Brie, the other Allison from Girls,
Allison Hammond,
were fabulous.
Oh my God.
And I think like a big difference in my head is that in the book, I feel like the story was anchored by Clara, the young girl, and her relationship. Whereas in the movie, the relationship is anchored by the adult, by the mom, Morgan, and her relationship. And I like it better that way.
Wait, I thought the total difference.
Grounding.
I thought it was anchored. The book was more anchored on Morgan, the mom, and the movie was more anchored on Clara.
I mean, I think in reality it's 50-50.
Yeah.
But I do think the movie starting with her and her relationship and ending with her, and like, I feel like it's her story in the movie, like the way structurally.
Okay.
But I think it is like, it has a nice balance. It's just like, you know, the opening scene is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we open with her. But anyway, it's good. Mark your calendars. Get your tickets. Regretting You. 24th. Only in theaters October 24th. All right, folks. Well, we're going to move into our main discussion. But before we do, we want to take a second to thank y'all for listening. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, we'd love it if you followed the podcast for free in your favorite podcast listening app. That way, you always know when there's a new episode. And it's really easy to do. You just click that follow button, smash that follow button wherever you like to listen. On YouTube, there's a visual version of every episode, and you could subscribe there. It's just a different name on the button, but it's a follow button, and you'll be notified of every episode that comes out. So that would be great. And we would love it if you enjoy the show, if you took a second to rate us on Spotify. It's so easy there. And if we hit 1,000 ratings by the end of the year, we are going to pie each other in the face on camera.
Yeah, we are.
For your viewing pleasure.
Where are we going to do this? We have to do it outside.
Yeah, we'll just do it outside somewhere.
Do it at your mom's house outside in the snow.
No. I feel like at a park in the snow.
No, like outside.
Like, I feel like Friendmas is the optimal time to do this.
Yeah.
So, like, outside at the park.
Yes.
Anyway, yes. So it's really easy to rate the podcast if you enjoy it on Spotify. You literally just click the 5 stars at the top of the podcast heading, and then you're done. But of course, we always appreciate a written review on Apple Podcasts as well. There's some new ones, and they really just like made my heart feel so full the other day when I went over there and I saw them. So thank you if you took the time to write us a nice review. They were so sweet. And just rating and reviewing the podcast really helps new people find the podcast. That's how, again, the algorithms work. They will promote it to more people if people are interacting with it. And that goes the same for like authors and their books, like reviews. Don't take very long. You don't have to write much. Just if you enjoyed something, reviewing it really helps out the creator in any respect. So thank you guys.
Yeah. Also, Christy and I have been pumping out the clips, y'all, and they are doing well. Knock on wood.
Wait, don't say things like that.
What? That it's nice that things are doing well, okay? Fine. I won't say it. Anyways, if you guys have been watching the clips and liking them, there's a whole new feature on Instagram that you can repost. So you can repost those clips, and you can also repost on TikTok too.
It's like Tumblr, which is really nice. I like that. I miss something like that, like retweeting, but it's less than retweeting because they know it's not you writing it, because on Twitter people would get confused. It's like Tumblr, which is so fun. But anyway, we also have a Patreon. That's why we're able to do this. This show is supported by viewers like you and the listeners. And we have a Patreon where we have really fun perks, and we, at the Team Jacob level, which is our lowest, most affordable tier, you get the show ad free. You get to come to recordings and be a part of the discussion in the chat. And you get our half-an-hour extra episode attached to every single episode of Those Forking Fangirls, called Fangirl Teatime, where we share personal anecdotes about our lives. We dive deeper into more personal topics. It's a really fun, tight-knit community over there. I feel like we know everybody, even though we know the people who talk to us in the chat. So if you want to be present in the chat, like, we love getting to know you there and having you in our community in that way. But also in the way, like, you don't have to talk to us. If you'd rather be a silent listener of Fangirl Tea Time, that is perfectly acceptable, and we love having you in our community. So thank you. The link to become a part of our Patreon is in the show notes, patreon.com/thoseforkingfangirls. All right. If you're a patron, we are going right into the main discussion. If not, we will be right back after these messages. And we are back talking about iconic breakups that shape the way we look at relationships and that we still think about today. And should I kick us off with the most iconic breakup? I think of our generation, of like the whole of literally this, not just our generation, of like all of the generations that were alive in 2004, or I don't know, beyond. Friends. Ross and Rachel's breakup, I think, is the most iconic breakup of all time. There's no breakup I think of more than We Were on a Break. And then, like, everyone in the room eating the wax that Monica got to wax her legs that was, like, completely organic. It's such a good episode. And every time I watch it, I hope that they're not going to break up, like, when I was younger. And now I really, like, understand. I feel like both perspectives in a deeper way.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I didn't get it, I think, until I started watching it. We were on a break, and fully
You have to watch it in order.
conscious, Yeah.
Yeah.
Of it. And no, that, yes, we were on a break.
Yeah. So if anyone hasn't watched Friends, let me just give you a brief rundown here. So Ross and Rachel get together, and Rachel has, during their relationship, is starting a new job, and she is figuring out her life and doing something that makes her happy, and she's passionate about her work. And Ross is not seeing her as much, and she's working with this cute man at work, and Ross is just hearing about him all the time and getting uber jealous. Ross has a lot of baggage in terms of, like, his first wife cheated on him, so he's traumatized in that way. So it was bringing out the worst of him. And so they have this whole fight about, Rachel's just like, you know what? Maybe we should take a break. And he's like, yeah, let's go get some ice cream. And she's like, no, a break from us. and then like he walks off. And he goes out with the boys that night. And there's this hot copy girl that Chandler has a crush on. And Joey has a crush on. And who ends up talking to her all night is fucking Ross. And she's like, oh, dinosaur guy. And then we wake up the next morning. He gets really drunk. And in bed with him is fucking the copy girl. The night that he went on a break with Rachel. And now he was calling Rachel incessantly before he hooked up with her at the bar. And leaving messages, and Rachel in the morning leaves a message and saying she's going to stop by. She's sorry. Like, they said some things, like, we can work this out. And the girl is literally in bed with him.
Eek.
Yeah. And they get up, and he manages to hide the girl when she comes in to say hi and, like, let's talk later blah, blah, blah. And later, by the time she sees him later, there's there's this whole thing that Joey talks about that's like the chain. You have to think about the chain. Like, copy girl knows this person, and this person knows this person, and this person knows Rachel, and she's gonna find out. And Ross didn't think about the chain, and he chases down the chain, and he finds out that Rachel already knows. And at this time, all the friends run and hide in the bedroom because they hear them fighting and coming in. And they're all locked in the bedroom for hours while they fight about how they were on a break. And Rachel's like, we didn't even talk about this. You walked away. Like, ugh. Oof. I mean, they were on a break.
Wait, what?
But, I mean, they were on a break. But, like, he did sleep with someone, like, 5 seconds later.
That's fucked.
Mm-hmm. It's a really, like, devastating but also hilarious episode because everyone's listening right in the next room.
I just think, like, how old were you when you watched that?
So I didn't watch it till way after it had aired. Like, I watched it when I was 14, 15 for the first time.
Okay.
And, like, for context, Friends had stopped airing when I was 13. So that was season 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like one of the first ones I remember, like, had my idea of a breakup, because it's like we all watched Disney movies growing up, and we were so used to, like, the happily ever after and, like, the trajectory of, like, you meet, you fall in love, and then you ride off into the sunset. Right. But then, then we're introduced to older things and there's breakups and things, but they're always like so dramatic. And I feel like the most dramatic breakup is Legally Blonde Ellen Warner, that like starts off her entire life.
It's an iconic breakup.
Yes. Well, first of all, it's it's like a public spectacle, like in the restaurant, where I'm like, why? At the time, I had no idea. I'm just like, why are you doing this out in public? Now I'm like, why the fuck are you doing this in public?
I also remember being like, why won't you just get in the car?
Yeah, I'm like, stop walking.
Like, get in the car, Elle, get in the car. She's like,
no. But then
you're gonna ruin your shoes. In the restaurant where she's like,
all those noises.
oh my god. Wait, I'm so sorry. I just realized I didn't like touch on something with the Friends breakup. But like when you're younger, when you watched it, like, did you think that they were on a break?
Oh my god. No.
You were on Rachel's side immediately?
Immediately.
Because like they technically were on a break and she suggested it. So like I was at first like, technically this isn't cheating, because I really wanted them to get back together. And like fast forward to the end of the season where she writes those 18 pages front and back about what she needs him to do to get together, and she talks about how he's a cheater, once a cheater, always a cheater. And like I feel like that's a little unfair.
No, here's what no.
But the fact of the matter is he lied, and he hid that woman in his house when she came in there, and he wasn't upfront about it, and that's what ruined it. Like now watching it, I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
yes, I don't think he was honest with himself, but at the same time, if you are in a long-term relationship with someone and you agree to go on a break, then obviously it's not going to work. But first of all, you're really not going to make it work if you were committed to that person, and immediately, the second you are free, you sleep with someone else. No, that's
it
fucked.
shows you don't want to make it work. Yeah.
And she has a right to be angry about that.
Of course she has a right to be angry. I just like the technicality of calling him a cheater, I thought was unfair, because like that, but like then he's not honest, and he does a bunch of other shit that's like bad.
I mean,
and he was jealous for months. It was falling apart.
Well, let's like our modern day times right now, Belly and Jeremiah, they were technically on a break.
So it was mirroring this whole situation. Yeah. And they were technically on a break. Like, if they were on a break, he technically wasn't cheating, but
it's still a betrayal.
It was still a betrayal. Yeah. And I think when I was younger, I just wanted to like focus on the technicality, of it all. But now watching it now, obviously it's so hurtful.
I feel like I would still call it like you cheating. I feel like I would still call it that. I don't care like about the technicality of it.
Yeah, I feel like if you agree to break up, you can't tell them that they cheated on you.
If you break up.
Yes. And I think that like Jeremiah, being the youth, was like, we broke up, and he's like so fucking melodramatic. But Ross, being an adult, should have thought twice. Like his feels more like cheating if we're gonna get into it. But Jeremiah, I feel like, was dumb and young and stupid.
It's still cheating.
I don't know. He thought they were broken up. Like, it's still bad. I don't know if we can call it cheating.
No. If you are in a committed relationship with someone and you don't have a full conversation about how you are going to break things apart, you know how much it takes to have, and like to go through the process of blocking their number, all of this stuff. This feels like they were just in limbo. Like all of it is just like in limbo until you have that final conversation of like, yes, let's break things up. Yeah, but you gotta
think about how old they are when they do this, because like if you're doing it for the first time, you're so stupid, and sometimes you do jump to the conclusion that you broke up. You know what I mean? Like, It's the same debate 20 years later. Yeah, I know it's bad no matter how you slice it. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's when you were like, let's break up, and then like you're like, you cheated. It's hard to reconcile those two things coming from the same person's mouth.
Yeah. If I was in their shoes, I would call them a cheaters. That's my final say.
And if I was called a cheater after that being young, I'd be like, then I don't want to be with you.
Well,
you said we should break up.
You slept with somebody else. So yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the fact that these get back together feels unrealistic.
Yeah. If it wasn't working.
It wasn't working. I think this is a hard tail sign that it's not working if you could just go sleep with someone that night.
Because I feel like in romance books, we get the third act break a lot. But some of the times it's the third act break for someone to figure out what they need themselves, yes. Their career, yes. Something like this. But if you have a break and you immediately go into the arms of somebody else,
something is wrong.
No, Ricky.
Something's very wrong. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like the idea that they would get back together. Like if someone did that to me, I don't want to get back together. No. It's a big sign. But like I don't think like I'd have an argument with them about if it was cheating. I'd just be like, this is done. Like yeah. This is just done. And like the fact that it flips around so quickly with Belly and Jeremiah, like I think I could see where like this near-death experience could flip it around for a day, but I think the next day I'd be like,
clarity.
What are we doing? Why are we getting married?
Frank goes breaks from relationships don't work. Just don't do it.
Yeah. No, a break like is just the preamble to a breakup. It's just a nicer way to say it, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it's really sad.
Allison said, I feel like they should define what a break means. Metal says, yeah. I think it's about the speed of things. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so soon afterwards for both shows.
Yeah. You have to have like a contract when you decide on having a break. But like that itself is such a red flag for your relationship.
Yes. It just feels like two people who don't want to let go.
Yeah. That are afraid of change, honestly. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and that's why it's one of the most iconic breakups of all time, because it still comes up. And yeah, when it came up in fucking Pretty, the summer I turned pretty, I got annoyed because I'm like, I'm not doing this shit again. I don't want it. I already did it. I've been here for years. Mm-hmm. All right, back to Legally Blonde. Go ahead.
Okay, well, obviously there was like the beginning of her story, okay? So we weren't invested in the relationship at all, but
it's the trigger for everything that happens.
And it's like, it's amazing because it sets her off on this like revenge type of journey that ends up being really great for her. But like we saw this as like this was her end game. Like she wanted to get married and move on, and like this was how she was going to do it. And then we watched her as she like crumbled, and like I'll never forget her throwing the chocolates at the TV screen. But that is what told me like this is what a breakup is supposed to look like.
I know. Being in bed and your friends checking on you and like giving you candy.
Yes. I know. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I never had boyfriends, right? I never even, like, dreamed of, like, what would happen if I had a breakup, okay? But you know what I did dream about is when I would be the friend to come in and, like, help my friends through a breakup because in high school, because all these boys just kept taking all my friends away from me. Oh. And I would be like, I'm gonna be that person. Coming in and consoling them afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know what I think. I thought I was going to be forever alone.
Same.
Because like you were already thinking about that when you're in middle school and you haven't had a boyfriend. And you're like, I don't know how to get a boyfriend. I still like, how will that ever happen? Mm-hmm. But yeah, Elle, like there was something really empowering about her breakup because she had a plan to get him back. And this is the same thing. Like when you're younger, you're like, yeah, let's get him back because you want true love. Mm-hmm. When you're older and there's a perspective shift and you're watching, you're like, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
We don't want him back. Mm-hmm. And it's such an empowering moment when you're older to see her obviously realize like she doesn't fucking she could do this without wanting him. Like she could do this for herself. Mm-hmm. And get that place in the internship for Callahan. And like both of those montages I feel like live rent free in my brain when I need to feel empowered. Like I would tear up when she like gets the letter that says she passed the LSAT. She's like, 174.
Next,
let's see. New Moon.
Yeah.
New Moon set the tone for every single YA book series for the rest of like a decade. Mm-hmm. Did it not?
Yeah.
It was the New Moon book. I used to call second books in a series New Moon books because they would fucking just break up the couple. And New Moon was the first book where I saw this ever done. And I was 18. So I'd read my fair share, but I just hadn't read romance books. They weren't really out there. Mm-hmm. Like they were after Twilight. But do you remember how you felt?
Of course I do.
Yeah, and do you remember so vividly, like just not understanding how this could happen?
No, because it's one of those breakups that where it's like the sacrificial breakup.
For your own
good, we're not going to be together.
I fucking hate those breakups so
sacrificial
much.
Breakups go in the trash. It is wholly about one person deciding for the group of what's happening. There is no conversation. Mm-hmm. It's so hurtful. It's hard to come back from it. And New Moon in particular is so fucking catastrophic on both ends.
Mm-hmm. And the scene is so iconic because like they're in the forest and he's like, we're moving. And she's like, okay, where are we moving? And he's like, not you. And then he leaves and he's like, just make me this one promise. Be careful.
And then just leaves her
in the forest. And then she's so distraught. She just wanders around for hours until she collapses.
It's she goes into full depressive mode. Didn't know what that was back then.
This is how I learned about that.
Oh.
Then we get the 3 most iconic pages of all time.
Is it only
October, 3? November, December. Is it only? I mean, is it? I think it's
January.
Only 3. Did we get January 2? Are there 4?
I think.
It's a possibility.
They did it so well in the movie too. It was so portrayed so well, that whole part.
Yeah,
no, as a angsty, sad teen, I loved that feeling. Don't know why. That's one thing. In books, I love
that feeling.
Love feeling betrayed. Knowing that like it's gonna come back. I don't know why in books I'm just like, oh, I hate, like it just grinds my gears of like what's happening. And then like, because it sometimes can be so satisfying when they get back together.
You know, I know what you mean. Like, I love when I'm surprised by the betrayal.
Yeah.
But when it's this particular one.
Oh, when I first read it, no, I
was livid.
I was distraught as well. I had to get up off the couch.
You promised.
Yep.
You would never leave.
Yep. I crumbled into my mother's lap and I sobbed.
I threw the book and my friend was picking me up to go to the movies.
Oh my God.
I got in her car and I was like, I'm so mad.
I was just distraught. And I was like, And then the whole time I was, you flip through the pages, you're like, when do I see Edward's name again?
Edward, yeah, literally.
Like, I know they're getting back together.
Until his name popped back up again. And I was like, okay, I have this many more pages to get through. God fucking damn it. Yeah, that was my first experience with a book breakup.
Mine too.
Yeah, my first book boyfriend, first book breakup. And I think it will forever be iconic, not just because of the book, of course. Those 3 pages like made history, or 4 pages, however many pages. I always think it's 3 for some reason because 3 is a magic number, but maybe there are more.
I think it's 5, 4 or 5.
And then in the movie, they made it just as iconic, like the visuals and really stick in your head.
Yep.
So. Okay, who is next what breakup is next on your list?
Okay, this shook me when I was in middle school.
Which?
Meredith Grey and Derek from Grey's Anatomy.
Okay,
You never
tell me
watched
about
it,
it.
did you?
No.
Okay.
I can't watch hospital shows, I think.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so Grey's Anatomy was like, and it's still like a big show, obviously, but it was huge in like 2006 and 7, 8, 9. Okay. It started off, this is how, McDreamy and Meredith starts off. The first episode, she's an intern and he is a resident at the hospital, but they don't know that. They just meet in a bar and they have a one-night stand together. And they wake up and they're like, oh, hi. Like, it's like kind of awkward and all of this. But they had like a really, really great night. And it's her first day at the hospital.
Oh, shit.
And so like he leaves that morning and like she gets ready and goes to the hospital.
Wait, is Meredith?
Ellen Pompeo.
Okay.
And then she shows up at the hospital and he's a doctor there. And so
okay. And
now
is he McDreamy?
He's McDreamy. Derek Shepherd, Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey.
Okay. And so like, oh my God, wow. Okay. He's at the hospital. So they start this like little relationship behind the scenes. No one really knows about it. First betrayal, he's fucking married. Yes.
No.
He's married. But they were separated.
Okay. Oh my God.
And you know who plays his wife? Is Kate Walsh. Kate Walsh is his wife. She comes in. She moves because he just moved to Seattle. So then now Kate Walsh is moving in, I think, from New York. And no one knows. And so now he's having to play like the husband with her.
Wait, but they're separated because they're getting divorced, or were they separated? They were just separated across coasts.
They're separated, but she's trying to make it work.
Okay,
And they were separated.
But they are separated.
He kind of moved away to get away from her, but now Kate wants to make it work.
Okay, but like it wasn't cheating.
Oh, she cheated. Pauline said she cheated. I'm sorry. I haven't watched the beginning of the show literally since 2008.
Okay, so she cheated on him, and now she's trying to make it work, but they're separated.
Yes. With his best friend.
His best
Mick
friend?
Steamy, that's right.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Pauline. I totally forgot about this. This is Shonda Rhimes, by the way. Okay, iconic. Yes, she cheated with Mick Steamy. And, okay, so here's what happens. I'm trying to remember all the details. But so Meredith and Derek kind of break up. All right. So Derek is trying to make it work with Patrick Dempsey's trying to make it work with Kate Walsh, and then we go into season 2. Okay. And there's just yearning and longing. They're working together.
They're longing stares all the time.
Longing stares. And he's kind of made this decision that he's going to stay with his wife because she's trying to make it work and they're putting the work into it, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So this breakup is just all consuming to everyone because we're like, are they just gonna get together like they're meant for each other? Like, because, Meredith doesn't want to be cheating, but sometimes I think 1 or 2 times like they fuck up and they get together. Okay. But all of season 2, it is them like trying to figure out if they're going to get back together. And then all of a sudden, there's this huge ferry crash in the middle of the season.
Ferry crash?
Like in the bay.
Ferry? The ferry?
Like a ferry, okay?
The ferry.
The ferry.
You keep saying fairy like a fairy princess, but it's a ferry.
A ferry? Okay,
it's
whatever.
Ferry.
I call it a ferry. And Meredith is on site, like helping people, but at one point she gets thrown off the ferry.
Oh my God.
And she's in the water.
What do you mean she gets thrown off the ferry that goes like 1 mile an hour?
There's just a big crash, okay? It's a big crash. And at one point, she's in the water, and she in her mind, she's maybe like, I'm not gonna live. I don't want to live. There's nothing to live for. And we're all like, no, you have to live. Pick me, choose me, love me. This is the iconic line where she
says that to McDreamy?
She says it at one point to him. But at this point, she's in the water. She's thinking about Derek. She's being like, no one's here to save me. There's nothing to live for.
She's just going to let herself drown?
Yes! And it ended. The episode ended, and we had to wait like 2 weeks as she's in the water thinking about not surviving.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Sophie, this destroyed me when I was like 13 watching. And Sophie said, yes, this episode, man. No, it was literally like, killed me. Okay. And she survives, obviously. But she gets taken to the hospital. Derek kind of like figures out like, wait, I do want to be with this woman. Like, this is one of those like breaking points. But like, it takes a while, I think, until the very end of season 2 where they get together. She was blue.
Oh my God.
Yes. No, but at one point she decided, because at one point she's like, okay, well, I'm not going to fight for him if he doesn't want me. But then she decides she's going to fight for him. So that's when she says to him, like, pick me, choose me, love me, instead of Kate Walsh. And like, obviously, ultimately they get back together. But this breakup was so devastating as a 13-year-old watching it, and watching her think that her life didn't mean anything and that she was just going to allow herself to not fight for it because of this breakup. Holy fucking shit. What is that narrative?
Yeah.
I need to close these. I'm white.
Okay. All right. So, I want to talk about, we're going to go a little faster through our next few. Yeah. But I want to talk about one of my, like, the sweetest breakups that I've ever watched. One of my favorite couples on television, Ben and Leslie Knope. And they have that same sort of, like, giving each other longing looks and having these like sweet moments together through all of season 2. And they're not allowed to date because he's her superior technically. And he would have to quit. But like they start dating eventually. And then I don't know if it's like the season 4, the end of season 3, where people come to see her that run the campaigns in town. And they're like, we think you should run for councilwoman. And she knows at that point, like she can't be dating him if she's going to run for councilwoman because it's going to be like a scandal. And he she finally sits down to talk to him, and she has to break up with him, but she like doesn't want to because she loves him. And he opens up a box, and she's like, I can't look at it, and it's a Nope 2012 pin. Oh, because he's like, we have to break up, and it is like the sweetest breakup fucking scene. But like, you know, they both go through that season where they're both still in love with each other and like don't know how to deal with it. And when they get back together, he quits, he quits for her.
No.
And It's like so cute. They're the most adorable couple. So last night I was like watching
I need
to
to
find
rewatch
that
this. Yeah.
scene. And I was just watching this compilation to Cruel Summer and crying. Because they're just so cute. I want to rewatch them. Like, they're my favorite. I love, they're so sweet together and so cute and funny, and they're adorable. Had to mention them because they have such a beautiful, like, it never gets too bad. You know they're gonna find their way back to each other because they're so in love and they're so supportive.
I need to rewatch again. Yeah, Metal says this is the good kind of sacrificial breakup.
It is.
Okay. Guys, Sex and the City ruled me when I was very young with my mother. Watched it. Now, there's lots of breakups in Sex and the City, but the one that gets me every single time and stops me in my tracks is the movie, the Sex and the City, the movie. Because I was a big girl. Like, I wanted her to be with Mr. Big. Now, as an older woman, and like now I'm in my 30s, super toxic relationship. He was so glitzy and glamour and like just like a guy that like, you know, had his shit together and all that. But like he put Carrie through the ringer, and then like it was too much. However, the movie should have known it. Like when we watched it, they're getting married. It is the wedding day, and she gets out of the car with all of her friends in her beautiful gown, and she has moved her life and moved in with Big, and all of this is happening, and he can't fucking get out of the car, and he just says, look back at me, and he doesn't go in to marry her, and it is the most devastating breakup. And the whole movie is then the rest of the movie.
Why didn't he marry her though?
Because he's fucked. That's why. Because he doesn't like commitment, and he has strung her along. He strung her along through the entire show until the very end.
Ew.
Yeah. Like she in the very end of the show, she goes to France and is like with this ballerina guy and like is having the time of her life. Oh, spoiler, he needed therapy. Yeah. Having the time of her life in France, but although this guy is not really treating her well, and turns out like she's actually not having the time of her life. Like she's very lonely, and then like her friends tell Big, they're like, go get her, go get our girl. That's the iconic line. And so he goes to get her, and that's the end of the show. They're together. The movie is their wedding. And again, she moves her life all into his apartment. They have this huge wedding that they've planned, but he can't get out of the fucking car. And it's like the scene when he says, turn around, what am I doing? I think they're getting married at the library, and then someone tells her like, Big's not here. And she's like, what do you mean? What do you mean Big's not here? And someone's like, well, give me your phone. Give me your phone. She calls him. He doesn't pick up. She turns around. She is like absolutely embarrassed. She can't believe he's done this. He like comes running, like he comes speeding down the street, and he's like, Carrie. And she's like, don't do this to me. And like hits him with the flowers. Have you seen this scene?
I've seen a clip of it, but like I didn't have any context, so it didn't really mean as much to me.
Yeah, it is just devastating. And all the friends go to Mexico, and she can't get out of bed. Yeah.
All right. I got to quickly talk about the Gilmore Girls, because Gilmore Girls, all these breakups are a study in ghosting. And I had like watching this in my early 20s, I had never seen breakups like this. Like, I want to quickly touch on all of them. So like the big one at the beginning is Max. She just leaves.
I know.
She leaves the weekend of the wedding. And like people do this.
The weekend before the wedding, I think.
Yeah. She just like goes off the grid. And then like she's not getting married. And she doesn't tell him. Like, why? You know, it's just like crazy to me. And this is a real thing. People do shit like this. And it's just like the first time I was ever exposed to someone just being like, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get out of here. Running away from it. And then like we have the breakup with Dean, which is iconic. And it's literally, this happens all the time where like you get comfortable in a relationship and it's like you're still young, so you don't know how to break up with someone. And you're just with them, even though you don't really like love them that way anymore. And you're clearly interested in someone else. And it's so sad. Like, I was so excited watching this the first time and the second time and the third time. I think it was just, this was like my sixth time watching the episode over the weekend where she breaks up with Dean, the dance episode, which is one of my favorite of all time, the 24-hour dance marathon.
Amazing.
And we've been waiting for her to break up with Dean for so long because we want her with Jess. So we're so excited. I was like so happy when this was happening the first time. But watching it this time, it was so depressing that she still hadn't broken up with him. I was just like, it's so clear you like Jess. It's so embarrassing how jealous you are of Jess's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, why? And I know why. It's hard. And it's like, you don't know how. And she's like, wants to be nice all the time. She doesn't want to hurt him. But like, he's so clearly like in pain for like an entire season because of how much attention she's giving Jess all the time.
Yeah.
It's so sad. And then we have the Jess breakup where he just gets on a bus and disappears. That was like, it was so Lorelai of him. And then they just don't talk again for years. I like couldn't even wrap my brain around that. I was like, what do you mean it's just gone?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh.
And then it just gets crazier. Lorelai is like, Luke, marry me. Marry me. And then he says, no, I can't marry you like this. And then she's like, fine. And then she leaves and it says it's like over and goes and sleeps with Christopher.
I can't.
Like, all of these breakups are horrifying.
Horrifying.
No
Absolutely horrifying.
communication whatsoever.
I can't imagine watching this as a child. Like,
I know. Like, I would have been so confused. As a 20-something, I was confused. I was like, how
Same.
can they do this? How?
Same.
It's so self-destructive. Like,
every time I watch it, I'm just like, wait, why?
like, why can't you just fucking speak to each other?
And the fact that they weren't married until the fucking like Netflix show.
Yeah. Well, they weren't even yet. They weren't even like, were they even engaged? Like,
They were,
I
don't know.
don't think so.
My
like,
Princess Natasha was really confusing as a kid. I had no idea what was going on.
even as a 20-something, I was like, what's going on with Jess? I don't understand.
Yeah, same.
Like, is he coming back? Like, what's going on? I don't get it. How
Yeah.
can he do this?
Yep.
He loves her.
Yep. Okay, really quickly, what else do I want to talk about? I just kind of came to the realization that Grease is like an entire breakup movie.
Me too.
What the fuck?
I was thinking about this last night, and then I saw it was on your list. I was like, okay, good. But like, they break up they break up obviously because of some romance, but then they like break up again right at the beginning of the
because
movie
he
with the
fucking
cheerleader.
embarrasses her.
Well, yeah, he's like, oh baby,
He just completely changes tune, and she's like, "Who are you?"
I know. Well, it's so funny watching it now. He's like, Sandy, oh my God, you're here. I didn't realize. I thought you were in Australia. I thought you were here. And he's like, I mean, whatever, rocking and rolling. Whatever, baby. And she's like, Danny? Who are you?
This isn't the Danny I know.
I know from the beach. Where's the Danny I know from the beach? I never want to see you again. It all turns so fast on its head, like within 30 seconds.
I mean, I feel like she just was so confused. But then really decided really quick that she didn't want to be with him.
Well, because She was so excited, and then he was clearly embarrassed of her. And she's like, doesn't know what to do with that because everyone's like, everyone's so mean to her for just being like a nice person. Like they just make fun of everything she does because she's such a goody two shoes. It's so sad. But yeah, the whole movie is like he's trying to get back together with her.
Yeah. And then she finally is like, I'll change my whole style and aesthetic for him.
Yeah, or she just dressed up for that one day.
Okay, what's next?
All right, let's go through like some just ones that like are really memorable. So I think like Taylor in making such good songs about her breakups has kind of immortalized and made them super iconic. Like, do you remember how you felt when we found out that Forever and Always was about Joe calling her to break up with her on like a 1-minute phone call?
I thought it was a text.
No, I think it was a really quick call.
I mean, yes, I do remember.
Was it? Now I'm second guessing. Was it a text? Whatever it was, she said it on Ellen. And like, it was just like crazy to me that someone would break up with Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Via 2-minute phone call or a text.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And then the whole album was like about Joe because we knew that this was about Joe. Mm-hmm. And it made it like just this iconic breakup of my early years. I was like, wow.
My iconic breakup with real people was Rob and Kristen. Jesus Christ, that just threw me.
I don't know why it didn't really throw me. I guess I was like, it was a Hollywood romance in my head.
I thought it was real.
I thought it was real, but I just didn't like, I'd already gone through, I'd already watched so many people break up in Hollywood that I like never expected anything to last forever with them. But I loved them. Yeah.
No,
together.
I was devastated.
You were devastated.
I'll never forget like where I was, or also like we had confirmation of their relationship like 7 months earlier of them like at this party kissing, and I was like, oh! And then all of a sudden, then she fucking cheats on him, and it's just gross. So yeah.
Okay, just for confirmation, my 3 has said it was a 27-second phone call. So it was a phone call, but it was very quick. But yeah, Rob and Kristen being together was so fun and so heartwarming because for the Twilight fans, it was Bella and Edward. But I think I was old enough by the time that it ended that I was like, oh, that's sad, but I guess expected. Brad and Jen was like the first time like a Hollywood couple that I cared about broke up, and I was like, I can't believe this.
No, I can. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Also,
so
the
Jennifer,
betrayal.
if anybody doesn't know, Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, were they engaged or were they married? They were married.
They were married.
Oh my God, that's so much worse. And then he did Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and like, something happened with him and Angelina, and it was just like devastating for everyone in the world.
It was, yeah. And then like it made me like hate Angelina Jolie. I didn't hate Brad Pitt, but I hated it. I didn't hate her, but I was just like, ugh, this like home wrecker. Like, and like the fact that that's how he would pit women against each other. But
I didn't hate anybody. I was just sad.
Oh, my mom was so into it, and the toxic thinking back in the early aughts got to me as a child.
I also really loved the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I was like, I could see how they fell in love.
Wow, you're just so what is the word?
Empathetic.
I mean, empathetic, but like you're like, oh, I just see it. I can't think of the word.
That movie had so much fire. I could see it. I could feel it. And I loved Jen. Obviously, this was like peak Friends. I think Friends had just ended, and we were moving into their like movie era. I mean, not her movie era. But it was kind of different in my young person head because I had never seen Brad and Jen like fall in love, you know? And I watched them. I literally felt like I don't know if I was, but I felt like I was watching them fall in love in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So it was like I felt like I went on the journey with them. Whereas if I had felt like I went on a journey with Brad and Jen, I think I would have been much more like in it with them. Whereas I just like heard about them and I was like happy about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all in the framing and the storytelling. Like it's so important to people's perception.
That's very true. I'm like, when do you come into it?
All right. We are going to wrap things up with a Mary Kiss clip. Let's see. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie.
Oh, no.
And Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
I think I'm going to marry Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know why Jennifer Aniston scares me. Maybe because because I was at the Dumplin' like premiere and
Were you intimidated by her?
I was so intimidated by her.
I think I would have cried if I was in her presence.
She's just a very important lady.
She is. But she also seems like the nicest person. So I want to marry her. I want to kiss Brad and probably delete Angelina because I do have a little bit of lingering annoyance from that toxic time, I guess.
Yeah. I think I'm going to kiss Angelina.
Because of the lips.
Yeah, she's so hot.
Brad is so hot.
I guess I'm also gonna marry Jennifer Aniston, and I'm clipping Brad Pitt.
She just seems like the sweetest. Jen.
I don't know if I would say that because I have been in her presence.
Okay,
but yeah,
she's different though in like with friends.
I'm sure. Yeah. You're right.
Like it's hard to judge someone being like just in the room with them at a work thing for them.
Jennifer Aniston makes the best shampoo ever. She really fucking does.
Have you used it?
Oh my god, all of her products are so good. It's called Lovely.
Yeah, I watch her commercials for all the time on Instagram.
Her leave-in conditioner on all hair types. I used it I was on set one day and I used it on oh my god, type 3C curly hair and it was really good. Yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh, because I was wondering about it every time I see her commercials. I'm like, do people actually use this? I'm sure they do because it's Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, cool. And then Courtney makes hand stuff, home court.
Oh, cute. That's gonna be us when we're older.
Oh yeah, you sent me that video of that. No, they're such cute besties. All right, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. And we're about to go record Fangirl Tea Time, of course, for our patrons. But for everyone else, we're about to wrap it up. Our podcast is edited by Emma Burton, Burkard, Natasha Polis, Christine Riccio, and Alex Polis. Our music is by Cole Jenkins with vocals by Heather Traska. We release new episodes every single Friday, and we are on Instagram at Those Working Fangirls and TikTok at Those Working Fangirls, and of course youtube.com/at Those Working Fangirls. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the show. We love you, and we'll see you next week for the life of a show, girl.
Oh my God!
Fuck yeah!